Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex. Um, Sorry for the delay, but I had to step out. Oh man, um, it wasn't exactly an emergency, but it needed desperate attention. So, anyway, sorry about that. I'm so glad to be here, though. Um, I feel like in these moments we kind of need each other, right? Um, Hello, one and all. Let's see here. Hello to H Knight, C Mac, Arlena. Hello, Ben, Phil Joy. Um, Khadijah Jacobs. Hi, Lynn, Dale Howard. Hi, Cannon. Elaine Parker. Uh, Connie Baumer. Actually, I don't see her, but I'm guessing she's here. Hello, Sherry Ware, Joan Garcia, Dale Howard. Sherry wants to say hi to a few people. Let's see if we could help out with that. Okay, so I won't spend a whole lot of time with the hellos because we got things to do. I want to go over some stuff that I thought was very important. And okay, let me get my slides up here. Let me get my slides up here. Hello, Church Nelly, Judy Rigo, C Mac. Hi, Lynn, Raven. I'm still pulling up my slides. I was working on them to the last possible moment. But hello, Lydia Washington, Annie Bennett. Hello. Okay. All right. So I did put the troll spray on. Hello, legs, and I hope that works. Okay. So where are we here? There we are. There is my slide for today. So just in case you have like purged yourself of all electronics and just decided to get out your smart devices today. Oh, by the way, thank you so much, Elaine Parker, for the super sticker. Appreciate it very much. And thank you for being a member and watching Royal Sussex. Oh, nice and deep that time, right? Hello, Veronica Scott, Deb Bailey. Oh, you think there still might be some trolls in here? I tried to fix it. Okay, so there they are. That's the royal family. That is the famous balcony. Um, Yesterday, I wanted to share some of my photos with you from Trooping the Colors, and I'll do that another time. But I promise I will do that in the future. There is some very cute illustrations that were provided by Disney and from Paddington Bear. So the one on the right is Disney, of course, with Winnie the Pooh. Um, and oh, you know what? I forgot to caption that they tweeted with that from Disney, but I think it was something like "You've done a great job, Mom," or something like that, or "You've done your duty." Something to that effect, but that was tweeted by Disney. And yes, I know recollections may vary, and we will get into that for sure because um, even Dr. Shola, yesterday, I believe she recorded with Joy Reid on the readout, and she would, Dr. Shola, clearly said that the queen means different things to different people. And of course, right now, just like with the queen's age, people are going to, shall we say, weaponize anything that has anything to do with the name of the queen. And I can understand that because we are um, still in that period of mourning. So totally understandable. And but for some people, it's not just that they're trying to defend the queen's name or memory. It is simply done to try to control a narrative about the royal family and about the queen and such. So again, we'll talk about that a bit. Not as much today, but in the near future, we'll definitely take a deep dive into that because it warrants a conversation. Absolutely. Okay, and well, I am trying in vain to find the quote. Actually, I thought the quote was with the photo, but it is not. So I don't see it here. But yeah, there was a tweet from Disney that went along with that photo of Winnie the Pooh and Her Majesty the Queen. And then on the left side, of course, is the Patterning Bear. I've done my duty, Patterning Bear. Please take me to my husband, which, is very, very sweet. That is like cute overload and very sweet and very touching at the same time. So let me see. Okay, Winnie the Pooh. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Oh yes, that's it. It's oh, let me see, Her Majesty. Well, I see the photo, but I don't see. Oh, rest in peace, Your Majesty. That was the caption that went along with that. I just wanted to make sure it was complete, not the most important thing to do right now, but I didn't want to start it and then not complete the task. So I threw the comment in there just so you guys know exactly what it said. All right. So with that, I'm going to keep moving. And just in case I have to leave out again, I'm not going to stay on here for a long time today. Still a troll alert, huh? That's interesting. I mean, I did. Well, I tell you what, you guys, I don't mind. I'm going to go back. Instead of having a month, I'm going to go back 2 months. And I think that that should cover just about everybody here that needs that coverage. So I'm going to go back 2 months with the subscribers. So if you've been here for like 2 months and thank you so much for the support for this channel, even though you're being hateful. And also, I really do. I mean this. If you are a troll and you're trolling this channel and you've been listening and hate listening for over 2 months, I really do respect your devotion to your craft. But okay, so let's please move on. Okay, so here we have it. Prince William and Kate immediately claiming their new titles is the tackiest thing I've ever seen. They couldn't give King Charles, one day to mourn his mother and update his accounts before swooping in. And we said that when the day comes and the Queen makes her transition, that this was going to happen. Hello, my love, Mary Hiker. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you're doing well. Slow mode? Sure, we can do a slow mode. Okay, yes, let's do that slow mode. Let me go back here, edit. Yeah, I noticed that it was like almost like 700 and something people in here when I started. So apparently people have a lot to say, and I don't blame you. So slow mode, let's give it 30 seconds. That usually works. And slow. There we go. It also helps to trap those trolls. We like to track we like to trap our trolls. Okay. All right, you guys got it. And slow mode. Okay. All right. Good looking out, Lydia. I tell you, the mod squad always looks out. And Lydia, by the way, thank you so much for the super chat. Not that that's the only way to get my attention, but it didn't hurt, did it? Oh man. You know what? I just realized you haven't really heard me laugh for a couple of days. And you know what? I have been on pins and needles about the Sussexes, so I actually haven't heard myself laugh for a couple of days. So that felt good. That felt good, actually. And you guys, I believe me right now, this is a time for a little stress and anxiety for me. And I'm sure for a lot of you, for the sake of the Sussexes, and I don't blame you. Okay, uh, so what are we looking at here? So on the left side, you can see the symbol that William uses for, the Cambridges, which of course is now, as you've probably heard already, the Prince and Princess of Wales. They are officially the Prince and Princess of Wales today. So, um, the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall and Cambridge, the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall and Cambridge, the official account of the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall and Cambridge, and the Royal Foundation based at Kensington Palace. So you can see there, born June 21st. Obviously, I know it's kind of confusing. But the one on the left side is William's account. And then on the one on the right side, the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall. Then in the middle, it says the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall. And then even further down, now, mind you, these are from yesterday, like not long after the announcement. The official Twitter account of the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall. And there you see the birthday of November 14th, which Charles is, of course, a Scorpio. So I remember him. And obviously, the Cambridges, and now the Prince and Princess of Wales, somebody jumped the gun. Somebody, like, didn't even give it, you know what I'm saying? And that was extremely awkward that you would have both of these tweets existing in the same universe. Now, if that was coordinated, I don't know, but it appears that somebody just decided, oh, yeah, we got to change that. And no, we got to do it now, now, now. That was very odd. And of course, a lot of people took notice of it, which would lead one to believe that the two royal houses are not really communicating with each other. It's actually embarrassing for them. It seems as though they are not communicating today, or yesterday, rather. Veronica Scott said, Barron, they couldn't wait, but Charles confirmed it today. As I stated before, he acknowledged Harry and Meghan, but said nothing of his children. We can never stop praying for the Sussexes. Absolutely. The good thing about it, though, that that I see is that fortunately, because of the Oprah Winfrey interview, it brought attention to something that otherwise may have been swept under the rug or pushed to the side. So, in other words, we're actually watching the situation and we're waiting to see if Petty is going to emerge. Not from us, of course, but from the institution. That is something that we'll all definitely look out for. So, and there you have this. And you know what, guys, I hope these are in order. I started confusing myself when I put the slides together. Will Prince William become Prince of Wales? Okay, so this I was working on earlier. Charles was created Prince of Wales in 1958. So it's still helpful because it gives you a little background. He was age 10 with an investiture at the Carnarvon Castle in 1969. As an adult, Prince William might expect to become Prince of Wales soon as his father's accession. Well, that did happen. But that will be a matter of the new king to decide. because strictly the title does not is not inheritable, but he will become Duke of Cornwall um, because of because that title is inheritable, and he will inherit the Duchy of Cornwall, an estate worth I'm saying, listen to me, an estate of 150,000 acres, yielding an income of over 20 million pounds a year under the Duchy Charter of 1337. So let me explain that. The Duchy of Cornwall was created as a source of income for the heir to the throne. And almost always, if not absolutely always, whoever the Prince of Wales is the heir to the throne. But whoever inherits the Duchy of Cornwall, that must transfer to the next in line once, that sovereign becomes the sovereign, once Charles becomes king, that one has to go. So people were wondering if there was going to be a waiting period to see how long it would take for Charles to create William as the Prince of Wales. Well, as it turns out, it didn't take long at all. That happened today when King Charles III addressed the nation. The other thing that you might notice is that Charles would have the option to change his name. He could have referred to himself as George the Ninth, or is it eighth or ninth? He could have changed his name, but he did not. He's going to stay with Charles, just as Queen Elizabeth may have actually wanted to change her name to, I don't know, Victoria, Alexandra, or any other name that she chose that would be a fit Christian name, that would fit into the Church of England and such. So, but she did not. But just like with the popes, how they choose a name for themselves is not unusual for the monarchs to do exactly the same. Well, Charles has not done that yet, and I imagine he may not do it now. There's still a possibility that he may do that upon his coronation. But it seems like so far he's just going to stick with Charles III. Now, that name does carry a little bit of controversy because there was a very pompous, arrogant, Charles II, who was beheaded because he believed in the absolute, authority of the king, the absolute rights of kings. And so I don't suspect we'll have any of that with King Charles III, but that is what happened to the last King Charles? Oh, wait, Charles III. So was it Charles I or II that was beheaded? I think it was Charles the second or third. No, second. No, we do have a Charles III. Okay. So anyway, that little bit of history. So in other words, William has just come up. William has just come up. Now, the money for the Duchy of Cornwall was the money that Harry was paid to upkeep his life as a working prince and senior royal. And so, if not for the fact that Harry had left Narnia and moved on with his life, right now, William would have control of the purse strings with the Sussexes. Let me repeat that again. Had Harry not left Narnia, right now, William would have control of the purse strings. And of course, as I said before, William has the absolute authority over at Kensington Palace because he was the highest ranking royal there. And now that he is Prince of Wales, well, just think about this. Prince Charles had so much autonomy and power and agency and license as the Prince of Wales himself for a very long time. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how things are about to change with the newly minted Prince of Wales? Huh? That is going to be interesting to watch. I hope the events of the not even 48 hours, will yield some type of change for him, right? I hope so. But I'm not going to bet the farm on it because, well, William is the person that he is. So I'm not sure that we're going to see much change in his attitude or behavior. But I hope for everybody's sake that does happen. And I'm not saying that out of fear or anything like that. I'm just saying that uh, just to be practical because, you know, there's a lot of people that don't want Charles to be king or didn't want Charles to be king. But believe me, there are enough people who think that William would be like a life changing event. And when I say life changing, I mean like the eruption of Krakatoa, Pompeii, Mount St. Helens, um, the the Jamestown flood. Let me think of another one. Katrina. And that's bad. That's bad when you start off your live stream comparing the new Prince of Wales to Krakatoa or Pompeii. That's bad, but I'm just calling them like I see it. And then, of course, he's not alone. He's not alone. Jazz Hands, who has been teaching him the fine skills of verbal distraction by using your hands flailing about. I'm not ready for it. I promise you, I'm not ready for it. This is all too much. And the thing is, we knew this was coming. We knew this day was coming. But all I can say is thank God the Sussexes have their own money and they are not left to the whims of this person. Could you imagine this person controlling your purse strings? Could you imagine that? I couldn't. I couldn't. He would have made life a living hell for the Sussexes. I'm just going to say it. I'm glad that that's not the case. Okay, moving on. And so you have right here, what is the George V Convention? In 1917, the Queen's grandfather issued a new letter patent that limited the number of royal family members with an HRH title. These stated that the children of any sovereign of the realms and the children of the sons of any such sovereign and the eldest living son of the eldest son of the Prince of Wales shall have and at all times hold and enjoy the style, title, or attributes of Royal Highness with their what is that? Titular dignity of the Prince and Princess prefixed to their respective Christian names or with their other titles of honors, right? This means that when the Prince Charles became king, his grandchildren, including Archie, automatically became. Oh, wait a minute. His grandchildren, Archie, automatically became Prince or Princess. Well, it doesn't mention Lily there, but I was just wondering about that. It was also decreed that grandchildren of the son of any such sovereign in the direct male line shall have and enjoy in all occasions the style and title enjoyed by children of the Duke of these our realms. In other words, Lord or Lady before their Christian name. In addition, the letters stated that as aforesaid, the style, title, or attribute of the Royal Highness, or Serene Highness, or that funny word, titular dignity of the Prince or Princess shall not henceforth be assumed or borne by any descendant of any sovereign of these realms. So, Prince and Princess children for the Sussexes. It says so right here. And when I say right here, this is the Daily Fail. But no mention of Harry and Meghan. So here we go. How the royal family titles will change. So Charles, of course, is king. Camilla, queen consort. William is, let me see, the Duke of Cornwall. And this was actually run before Charles mentioned it. So there you have the new Prince and Princess of Wales. And now Prince George of Cornwall will become Prince George of Wales. Okay, so they are going to be known as the Wells. Princess Charlotte of Wales and Prince Louis of Wales. So that's what happens with their names. And then, of course, Archie and Lilibet. Archie Mountbatten Windsor is now Prince Archie Mountbatten Windsor. And Lilibet was Lilibet Mountbatten Windsor, now Princess Lilibet Mountbatten Windsor. The Earl of Wessex is still waiting on that phone call. Poe Rambolina is still waiting on that phone call. Edward is still waiting to find out whether Edward is going to become the Duke of Edinburgh. I'm surprised the Queen didn't make that happen, but for whatever reason, she didn't. And of course, Sophie would finally become the Duchess of Edinburgh, Countess Sophie Wessex. So for whatever reason, I don't understand why that didn't happen, but poor Edward, that's the Queen's youngest that nobody even knew exists past a certain age group. As we recently found out, there were a bunch of children who said, Edward? Who's Edward? That's the Queen's youngest. Yes, Edward is the one with the bespoke maxi coat military gear, the one with the very flirtatious red lining that demonstrates that very muscular and very well-defined thigh and calf area. So that is Edward. That's Edward. Okay. So that is what's changed. No mention of anything that changes for Harry, which of course I wasn't expecting that, but no mention of Princess Meghan. Now, I don't know if that is supposed to be a thing or not. Okay, but I'm going to tell you this. I assumed for quite some time that automatically there would be a Princess Meghan. She's already a princess, but not the Princess Henry of Wales, but, Princess Meghan. And so no mention of that. Where is Prince Harry in the line of succession showing now? Let's see that. Let me see. Well, this mentions the title changes. It's not meant to be a line of succession, but Harry is number 5. That was clearly stated today that Harry moves from number 6 to number 5, right? And Harry will remain number 5 until I believe George or Charlotte or Louis has children. Harry stays number 5. And of course, if there are no grandchildren for William by the time Charles goes to his glory, then Harry, I imagine, would move up to number 4. So Harry may be in the number 5 position for up to 20 years. As far as I could tell, Harry would probably be in that number 5 position for up to 20 years because Louis may not choose to wed until he's 30. If he does like his father and wait, he may be 29, 30 years old before he gets married. So Harry may be number 5 for up to, not exactly, but up to 20 years. That is my guesstimate. So let me take a look at some of your comments before I move on. Oh, that's not for me. That's cool. Let me go. Let me see. Marilyn Matthews says, glad to know Harry was not the only one who didn't see Elizabeth before she died. We are going to get into that. Give me a moment for that one, okay? Thank you so much, Marilyn Matthews, for your comment. Greatly appreciate it. Joyce Bo says, when Penny J made this statement, she knew, I think that's supposed to be Harry was going to pull, no, not Harry. Who is it? Harley? Thank you. Charlie. Okay. She knew Charlie was going to pull a fast one. Thank you, Oprah interview. Right. And it's really interesting, Joyce Wells. I don't know if you know this, but I know that's a little typo. But when Oprah first became famous, people used to call her Okra, Ofra, Opera. So it's not unusual to see Oprah. I'm just saying, it gives me a little flashback of the old days when we wasn't sure how to say her name. Thank you so much for your comment. I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. All 1,912 of you. Please don't forget to hit that like button. And please do not forget to share and subscribe. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to move on because Lord knows I won't be able to keep up with all of these comments. All right, so there we are. Royal family were plotting to deny them titles and they got exposed. This 2019 tweet between royal reporters says it all. Archie was less than 2 months old when they were leaking the plot idea to royal correspondents. Like, for instance, Dickie Palmer. Royal biographer Penny Junor believes it is a mistake, especially after Harry and Meghan spent $2.4 million of taxpayer money on renovating Frogmore Cottage. She also believes it's further sign that Archie will never be given a royal title, even when Charles is king. So yes, they were spinning and weaving those webs. And oh, what a twisted web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Oh, it's okay, Joyce Bose. It's okay. That autocorrect does a lot of things. Don't worry about it. Or as even better, how would Elmer Fudd say it? Elmer Fudd would say, whoa, what a twisted web we weave when first we practice to deceive. I don't know why when I say that, I always think Elmer Fudd, but I do. Okay, you guys, I'm done with that. Let's move on. Under the terms of the letter patent of 1917, the children of the Royal Highness, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, are now HRH Prince Archie and HRH Princess Lili+Prince of Sussex as children of the son of the sovereign. Yes, as children of the son of the sovereign. I believe that's supposed to be grandchildren, though, right? As the grandchildren of the son of the sovereign. I think that's a typo, but still, even the Daily Fail called it. All right. So, as well as, I'm trying to remember, you guys. Oh, you know what? Okay, it wasn't about the title. It was, well, yes, it was. It was about the title. But if you remember, that dragon lady that lives in the castle with that very deep voice and the one that was married for only 10 minutes and she's not really a lady, but she wants everybody to think that she's a lady. Wow, you could take that both ways, couldn't you? But anyway, that person said that there was likely absolutely no possibility that they would take those titles from the Sussexes, meaning Harry and Meghan's title as Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And if that were to happen, you guys do know that we would instantly and permanently begin to refer to the Duchess of Sussex as Princess Meghan. So they would really shoot themselves in the foot. So, okay, moving on. Still got some stuff to cover here. Let me see. What am I? Okay. Receipt. HMQ. Her Majesty the Queen died at 4:30 p.m. The family arrived after 5 p.m. None of them saw her alive. Numbers don't lie. So Liz Truss has spoken to the king this evening, was informed the queen's passing at 4:30 this afternoon. She will she will meet senior cabinet ministers in Downing Street later tonight, right? But then, of course, you have Omen Scobie's tweet: Prince William, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward, and Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, have arrived at Balmoral Castle 5:05 local time. So there was no way. Leave me alone, Anna. I'm not messing with you. I ain't do nothing to you. I don't know nothing about that. So, what was I saying? Anyway, what I was trying to say is that there was no possibility that anybody but Charles and Princess Anne were there to see the Queen. That's it. And so that leads me to this. And I tell you guys, when I say I have been stressed, when I tell you I have been stressed by the last 24 hours, really, I'll show you why. I will show you. Okay, I will show you. Here goes. 73-year-old man finally gets a job. No, that's not it. Queen died with Charles and Anne. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I just threw that one in to be shady. I just threw that. That was totally thrown in there just for the shade of it. There's so many things that I cannot share with you on the social media at this time. But there are certain things that are so innocent and just so, good natured. I can share them with you, like this one. 73-year-old man finally gets a job. Okay, and then the other one here, that's the one that I really wanted to show you. That's the one without the shade, but actually a lot of frustration. Queen died, Charles and Anne at her bedside, as family members, including Andrew, Edward, William, and Harry, made dash to Balmoral in vain. Okay? Now, this was after a very torturous afternoon with false information. So they made it there in vain after doctors gave her just hours to live. King to address nation today after death of his beloved mother, age 96. So when they say today, this came out yesterday for me, but it was probably after midnight in the UK, which, of course, it was still, the same day here. So that's why it says yesterday, in case you're wondering. All right, so then over here, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward and his wife Sophie raced to be by the Queen Elizabeth's side, as did grandson Prince William and Prince Harry, but they did not get there in time. So all of this came later, and when I say later, it was after these negative, nasty, rude, cruel, thoughtless, mean-spirited headlines from Lord Nappyhead's paper. Yes, Lord Nappyhead's paper did this. As you know, they seem to have been at war against the Sussexes ever since they lost that little funky lawsuit. So Lord Nappyhead's Daily Fail decided to go there. They decided to go there. Harry and Meghan head to Scotland as William and Charles and Monarch's immediate family go to her bedside in Balmoral amid doctors' concern for her health. So first they start off by making a story about Meghan and Harry. That was so strange to me. That's the way they started it off. And then over here, I have to lower that so I can see it. Breaking. Harry and Meghan head to Scotland as Charles William and the Queen's immediate family gather at her bedside in Balmoral after concerned doctors keep her under medical supervision, right? So, all right, again, they make it about Harry and Meghan. Even when the plane landed in Aberdeen, it was still about Harry and Meghan. They were just so sure that Harry and Meghan raced up there to Scotland as fast as they could. And once they saw the plane open up and they saw people coming down the steps, all of a sudden, everybody's, the tone of their voice began to change. Wah, wah. It was the consolation prize. It was William, not Harry. And it was the Countess Sophie Wessex, aka Ford Fiesta. And of course, you can't have one without the other, Rambolina. Yes, Edwina Rambolina was also on the plane. And so much to the dismay and disappointment of everybody involved, it was not the Sussexes. I don't know why that was so important to them that it just had to be the Sussexes on that plane. But I mean to tell you, they had it for the Sussexes like you wouldn't. But I was just like, why is all of this about the Sussexes? What is this, the Jubilee? Are we having the Jubilee again? A woman has just died and they're making this out to be Jubilee 2.0. Why are you talking about the Sussexes? What about King Charles III? What about the new Prince of Wales? But no, the whole day up until that point when that plane door opened, and unfortunately for them, just like a crypt open. Oh, it's William. There was an air of disappointment when they were like, "Oh, that's the Duke of Cambridge. That's not the Sussexes." Yeah, I'm telling you, it was like some kind of horror movie. It was like War of the Worlds. Remember when that spaceship opened up? And there he was. So disappointing, I would say so. But I digress. So I see I have a super chat. Ginger Lily, thank you so much for the super chat and watching Royal Sussex. I am in Twitter jail for 7 days starting today after telling a reporter to die quickly. He said that Harry did not get to say goodbye to the Queen like the others, and we all know that is a lie. Yes. Okay, so let me get to those headlines. Thank you so much for defending our faves, by the way. Harry and Meghan lost years with the Queen. How a bitter family rift, scathing attacks on the family, and bombshell. There's that word, bombshell. There it is. Bombshell interview drove the Duke and Duchess of Sussex from Her Majesty and meant she hardly knew Archie and Lily. Did she get to know any of the great grandkids? Please answer that for me. Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. Let me go on. Prince Harry arrives in Balmoral more than an hour after Queen's death was announced, as Meghan stayed in London. I mean, this is all Daily Mail. This is all Daily Mail. And look at there. And they even had the nerves to timestamp it. Now, I don't know what happened, but I'm going to tell you, I think some lawyers must have got involved with this one because this was deeply, deeply offensive. And if you ask me, somebody called their lawyers because this was absolutely offensive and it was absolutely a lie. It was a huge lie. Meghan may have stayed away from Balmoral over fears she would not be warmly welcomed by royal family, BBC correspondent says. Now, that BBC correspondent, let me show you who this old turd is. And I do mean an old turd. I'm so sick of him, I don't know what to do. I'm just sick. Do you hear me? Sick! I'm so sick of him. I mean, he just makes me sick. God, he makes me sick. Let me see. Do I even have his photo before I go into that? And you know what? I forgot what his name is. You know what? I didn't even save his photo. Where is he at? Yeah, never mind. I didn't even pull his photo over here. But yeah, he's a BBC guy. Oh, this guy is such a grifter. But all right, never mind. For some reason, I did not import his photo. But okay, and you know what, Ginger Lily, don't worry about it because you got street creds. Okay, you have major street creds. You know what I'm saying? You would run the jailhouse if this was a real jail instead of a virtual jail. You would be able to get anything you wanted for a cigarette. So don't worry about it, Ginger Lily. It's all good. You took one for the team. All right. Baron, that goes to show how very important Harry and Meghan is. The two people who, according to them, is irrelevant, as you would say, make that make sense. Yes, make that make sense. How is it they could be so irrelevant when all day you're worried about not whether Charles made it, not whether Anne made it, not whether even William and Kate made it, but you want to make sure that Harry and Meghan made it. I mean, just make that, let that sink in for a minute. You want to make sure that Harry and Meghan made it. I mean, I get it, but okay, Meghan Markle may have stayed. Oh, that's where I left off. It feels like we've lost a family member. A member of our family. Meghan Markle's estranged father, Thomas, pays tribute to the Queen, says it's the end of an era and truly a loss to the world. Now, the story went on to say that the reason why he never met the Queen was because of who? Meghan and Harry. It wasn't that he had a questionable heart attack. It wasn't that he had a questionable stroke. No, it was because of Meghan and Harry. And why? What is the chances? What is the chances that every time that you don't buy a ticket, somebody gives you a ticket, and every time you're supposed to get on the plane, that you have some type of malady or attack or some life-altering near-death experience? How does that happen? Not once, but twice. Do you know how many times I bought a ticket and no insurance or anything? I would just get on the plane and go. But this man, oh, I'm telling you, he has had a run of bad luck because every time he's at the brink of going over to the United Kingdom, all of a sudden he has some kind of decline in his health, stroke, heart attack. Has he had anything else that I don't recall? I mean, this guy has had a run of bad luck. This is like the person at work that calls off like at least once a month because his grandma just died. And you have to wonder, how many grandmas do you have? I mean, there must be a run on grandmas this month. But if I was Thomas, I would never plan a trip to the UK again because every time that comes up, you have a near-death experience. So to avoid having, the ghost of Thomas Markle hovering above all that blubber, just don't make any arrangements to travel and you'll be okay. Don't even accept a free ticket because it just doesn't seem to work out for you. I mean, he probably has broken a toe just trying to get to the bathroom because this guy has such a bad run on it of luck, that is, trying to go places. So, I tell you. Okay, so Queen Elizabeth's death, latest as Prince Harry leaves Balmoral. Uh, let me see. I can't see that one. With King Charles III and Camilla set to return to London as world grieves for beloved monarch. So there's Harry in the car. We've all seen that one. Harry leaves the gate, right? Harry's at the airport. Now, I thought this was very sweet that Harry, even though, oh, I put those backwards. It should have been these first. Now, that lady, that is the concierge, the VIP concierge at Aberdeen Airport. She's the same one who greeted Prince Charles when he arrived. And I believe she's the same one who was able to see him off. So, this is something for VIPs that when you visit another city, when you visit a major city or whatever, a lot of those places have a concierge that will greet you. So you will have that friendly, recognizable face every time you go to that city. So if I was on my way to Aberdeen, I would say to myself, should I bring her some peroxide? Well, I don't know. She probably has her own source. But anyway, I mean, should you tip the concierge with peroxide? It looks like somebody has, but I'm sure she's a nice lady. I shouldn't make fun. But oh man. Okay. I'm moving on. The NAACP Los Angeles, our thoughts and prayers are with the people of England and members of the Queen's family, especially Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who have become dear friends and allies in our fight for more just future. We send our deepest condolences, and that is from the NAACP chapter in Los Angeles. There you go. So that was just for the Sussexes, and particularly, and then for the rest of the family in a very abstract way. Okay, moving on. And then these are the arrangements. I know you can't see it. I'll go over it again another time, but that's just telling you what's going to happen. Um, yeah, that's the arrangements. Oh yeah, that is very tight. Let me see if I can make sense out of that. Yeah, everything is bunched so close together. I mean, it is as tight as a net's behind, but let me see if I can make it out. Yeah. So we are on day one still, right? They had a 96 cannon salute. Yes, 96 cannon salute. Let me see. The Queen's coffin draped in royal standard with wreath of her favorite flower is expected to remain at her beloved private Highland residence, Balmoral, for 2 days. Okay, so today is one day. Okay. And then, okay, so that's today. So day one, I guess, there's going to be a meeting of the Accession Council. That's day one is tomorrow. Sunday, day two, the Queen's coffin is expected to be moved from Balmoral to the Palace of Holyrood, which, of course, is the official residence of the Queen in Scotland, is Holyrood. Balmoral is her private home. Holyrood is, where the Queen stays during state functions and such. Okay, and then Edinburgh, her former official residence in Scotland. The journey by car over 100 miles will take more than 5 hours as it passed through a myriad of towns and villages. And okay, so there's going to be a procession from Balmoral to Holyrood, which is in Edinburgh. and that is where the Queen will stay. Let me see. King Charles begins tour of the 4 nations of the UK. So Charles is going to go to Edinburgh, Belfast, Cardiff, and London, or Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and then back to London, right? The procession is expected along the Royal Mile at St. Giles in St. Giles Cathedral. Okay, yeah, you know what? This is a little tight. And then number 4, coffin expect to be flown to London. So um, oh, from Edinburgh to London, that's when they're going to move the Queen down to London, right? And that is going to happen, I think, Monday. Yes. And then, no, Tuesday. Oh, gosh, Tuesday. Wow, that's a long time. And then day 5, Wednesday, the Queen, Lion and State is expected to begin in Westminster Hall, which is where you see the big candles and the guys in the red jackets or tunics or whatever. That is Westminster Hall, which is part of the Palace of Westminster, which is where the Parliament meets. Okay, and then day 6, Lion and State continues with rehearsal taking place. And then days 7 and 8, Friday and Saturday, Lion and State continues, heads of states to begin to arrive. So, yes, Friday and Saturday, dignitaries, heads of states from around the world should arrive. And then Sunday, in the evening, reception will be held at Lancaster House for funeral guests, including heads of state, governor, general, etc., etc. And then, where are we here? Day 10, which is Monday, a week from Monday is the actual funeral. Did you hear what I just said? A week from Monday is the actual funeral. And then from there, they're going to go to St. George Cathedral, where there will, I'm sorry, St. George Chapel, which is at Westminster, not Westminster, which is at Windsor Castle, St. George Chapel. And that is where there is going to be a private internment ceremony with the family. So I don't suspect there's going to be any cameras. I showed you the chapel where the Queen will be interred, so you'll be able to see that there. All right. So here's a little controversy. I heard the chief monarch of a thriving, I don't even want to say the word because I might lose my monetization, but you can see it there. And anyway, people were very, very upset by this. And she, what's her name? Uja Anya? She said, if anyone expects me to express anything but disdain for the monarch who supervised a government that sponsored the genocide and massacre and displacement of half my family, and the consequences of which those alive today are still trying to overcome, you can keep wishing upon a star. So this is someone that the Daily Fail has featured quite a bit. As a matter of fact, she's been everything but the main story at the Daily Fail. And so, is it Carnegie Mellon? Is that where she works? Oh gosh, which institution is it? I forgot. But anyway, we do not condone the offensive and objectionable messages posted by Uja Anya today on her personal social media account. Free expression is the core to our mission of higher education. However, the views she shared absolutely do not represent the values of the institution nor the standards of discourse we seek to foster. So, in other words, she's not losing her job, and they are promoting freedom of speech. But, that's what happened yesterday. She's not the only one. There has been Oh yeah, Black Queen. I have never, I have never searched hashtag Irish Twitter. I did yesterday. And as a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever hashtag Black Twitter until yesterday. And that happened. Oh, good Lord. Oh, I mean to tell you, if you think, if you think that, oh, by the way, thank you, Black Queen, for your comment. If you think that these, these tweets triggered people, I would stay off of Black Twitter and Irish Twitter if I were you, because they went there. Now, mind you, I like a little messy, so I was all over it like a cheap suit. I mean, I was all over it, but it's not everybody's taste. But I mean to tell you, it is quite the scene. It is quite the scene. And as Dr. Scholler said, not everybody feels the same way. The Queen was different things to different people. So this woman has a very valid argument that she's making based on her experience. Based on her experience. And this, I think, is just the starts of it. There's going to be so much more of this. And as I said, when the time is right, we are going to definitely take a deep dive into those discussions, because it is part of the story. It is literally part of the story. Let's see. Claire Kane says Black, Irish, Indian, African Twitter is a mess yesterday. I'm sorry, was a mess yesterday. Had no idea how disliked the Queen and the monarchy is globally until yesterday. Well, Claire, on that point, there was the young lady who is obviously a white woman, who is obviously a young lady that lives in Britain, and an American film crew asked her feelings about the Queen. Oh, and she went there. She simply said, I'm not the biggest fan. And did she say I'm the wrong person to ask? And then she started pretty much mentioning some of the things that align with Dr. Is she a doctor? This Uja Anya? Well, professor. She said a lot of things that align with this tweet right here. And so, and this is how a lot of young people feel about the monarchy, not just about the Queen, but about the whole institution of the monarchy. And the young lady used the word shady. She said there was a lot of shady things that has happened with the monarchy, and she just expressed her feelings. And the American guy that was on the film crew, he said, okay, fair enough. And that was the end of it. But she has become, very much the focal point of the conversation that's being had among other people. I hope that she's not singled out, because you know what happens with that. But that young lady was just being honest. She was being honest. She wasn't being malicious. She certainly didn't use the same language that you see here, but she told her truth. And then Trevor Noah, did Trevor Noah call her the B word? I don't mean directly, but did Trevor Noah call somebody the B word yesterday? Is that what I heard? Okay. So we saw that. And then, of course, Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world, said, this is someone supposedly working to make the world a better place. I don't think so. Wow. So there's a lot of people who have, Uja's Anya has ruffled their feathers. And so Jeff Bezos decided that he would try to get a little brownie point, and he would come out and say something about it. So again, we will have those conversations, I promise. And then there's this picture here is the coin or diamond stolen by the British and now in the hands of their royal family. The British looted this estimated 45 trillion. No, the British looted an estimated 45 trillion from India between 1765 and 1938. They looted so much, the word loot entered the English language from the Hindustani word meaning to rob. So that's where loot comes from. They, well, I tell you what, the rail lines in India are like the veins in your body. Everything is designed to take blood from point A to point B. Well, the rail lines in India were designed just to extract wealth. That's what they were designed for, not interstate travel, but to extract wealth. So, conversations, instead of people taking a break, yeah, Church Nelly, India was the wealthiest nation on earth at the time. Well, they weren't exactly a single state, but India as a continent, if it was a unified nation, would have been the wealthiest nation on earth. Wealthy, wealthy, wealthy. And thanks to the East India Company and such, and Queen Victoria being made the Empress of India, a lot of their wealth was extracted. And this is one of those symbols of the wealth. Now, the Kohinoor diamond, which is the one you see here, that is the diamond that is never worn by any men in the royal family, only by women, because it is said that that diamond is cursed. And I tell you what, if there's anybody who has the constitution to break that curse, it would naturally be someone who could stop a truck. It would have to be someone who would just one look could stop a truck. That will be the end of any curse. She can do it. I'm telling you. If she could stop a truck, she can stop that curse. So, well, I'm sorry if you guys are from the UK. If she can stop a lorry, she could end that curse. So I'm telling you, if there's anybody who has the physical nature and constitution capable of ending that curse, it will be the new queen consort. All right, moving on. Oh, we're making good time here. 2,000 people have signed a petition calling for an end to the Prince of Wales title. The petition called End Prince of Wales title out of respect of Wales says that since the days of Welsh princes, the title has been held exclusively by Englishmen as a symbol of dominance over Wales. Well, duh, just goes to show what they know. He's German. So don't get mad at the English, get mad at Germany. He's German. He's not English. Oh, boy. Well, I'm just kidding. Princess Diana, of course, is the most English blood that you can find in that family. So he's half English and half German. How's that? So only get half as mad at him, okay? Woo! Am I on the road today or what? So yeah, you can only be half as mad at him because he's half German and half English. So duh. Okay. Where are we? And then of course, my mother promised a lifelong service. I'm sorry, my mother promised of a lifelong service. I renew it all to you today. King Charles pays tribute to beloved mama, speaks of loving help from darling wife Camilla, confirms William and Kate's new title, Prince and Princess of Wales. And here's the one that really caught me off guard. He expresses love for Harry and Meghan. Now, at this point, there were people who were saying, well, he didn't mention any titles. He only mentioned titles for the Cambridges, now, of course, the Prince and Princess of Wales. Oh, I tell you what, you guys, I bet you there's somebody that is so nervous right now. There's somebody right now who must be a ball of nerves, and that is the new Princess of Wales. I would not want that job. If they asked me, would you like to be Princess of Wales or would you like to be the custodian? I'd say, hand me that brush so I can go clean that toilet. I would not want that job. I would go and scrub that toilet and scrub it and scrub it. I would. Oh, but you know what? I tell you, it puts somebody else a step closer. The big prize is coming for this one. Queen Mother. I know she can't be the Queen Mother because of blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, at some point, the same way they pulled that little stunt with the titles for Lilibeth and for Archie, the same way they pulled that little stunt with those titles to try to uh, take them titles away from them kids, that's the same way that they are going to start finding some kind of way to get people to call her the Queen Mother. And so when Charles goes to his glory, when Charles goes to that big organic garden in the sky, when Charles goes to that big compost pile in the sky, um, they're going to start spinning their webs and weaving their deceit to try to get people to look at her and say, you know, she's just like a Queen Mother. As a matter of fact, why don't we call her Queen Mother? You just wait and see. Um, they're going to do it. They are going to do it. She's already selected her gown for Kate's coronation. You know that. She's had that since 1982. So she's had that gown so long that it's threadbare. It is literally pulling apart on the hanger. But she's already had the gown ready to go. So give it a minute. Give it a minute. Um, okay, so anyway, with that, you guys, I am so done. Thank you all for being here. I know it was kind of fast, but I do believe that the Duchess of Success is out there. Let me see if she's on because I know she's supposed to be over. Well, did she push the time back? Oh my goodness. I think she pushed the time back. Yeah, she's not on yet. Um, oh, well, they're waiting for her. So, all right, they are still waiting for her, but she's not on yet. She was supposed to be on about 22 minutes ago. So, I would say just wait for the alert on your device saying that she's streaming. But yeah, she's supposed to be at Buckingham Palace today. So hopefully she was able to find a good position or whatever. But oh, it looks like she just changed the time for another 36 minutes. Yeah, I just saw it pop up on my screen. So she's not ready yet, but that will be coming forth. So make sure you look for that in about 30 minutes. Go ahead and go to her channel because she will be streaming live from Buckingham Palace. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to take a look at your comments, seeing that I have a little more time. And then I am going to Ginge Avenge and Madam Duchess my way out of here. Okay, Jacqueline Gray, just say how long. Try not to give the time because 5:30 for you is like over 2 hours for me. So I know you guys are trying to be helpful, but just remember, people are in different time zones. So be sensitive of that. That's why I say make sure you go to her channel and look for the up and coming, because sometimes you guys, you can make people miss the next thing. And I know you don't do it on purpose and you're trying to be helpful, but make sure that you are sensitive, that we are all in different time zones. And so thank you so much for the list, Sherry Ware. And that list is for your generous donations today. And that is Elaine Parker and Ginger Lily. Thank you all so much for your generosity to Royal Sussex. And thank you for joining us today. I really do appreciate it. And so I'm going to take a look at your last comments here. Wow, over 2,000 people in the chats. That's impressive. Please make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure you share. And also, if you're not a subscriber, even if you hate Royal Sussex, even if you just loathe the sound of me, please make sure, that you make sure that you subscribe, just to say you did. Okay. Possibly. I think so. I know we had over 2,000 before after the so-called Sussex squad. I know we had 2,000 after the so-called Thomas. Have you heard of this so-called Sussex squad? Remember that? I know we got 2,000 that day. What do you know about this so-called Sussex squad? That is a day that shall live in infamy. The day that we became the so-called Sussex squad. Thomas, have you ever heard of this so-called Sussex squad? I mean, to tell you, when he said that, I bet you the microphone was just as juicy, because I almost drooled, and I wasn't even the one who said it. But when he said Sussex squad, I mean, to tell you, he was literally frothing at the mouth. Thomas, have you ever heard of this so-called Sussex squad?
Thomas, I wanted to ask you about these vile individuals who refer to themselves as the Sussex squad.
So I come to my dad's house and start going through it, and I look on YouTube, and my God, I see the Sussex.
So I went to my dad's house and I started going through it. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I heard that right. I went to my dad's house and I started going through it. You guys, if I ever have a free ticket to the UK and suddenly have a near-death experience, please don't come to my house and start going through it. Please. Don't come to my house and start going through it.
Sussex squad and the Royal Sussex page on YouTube and the things they post. And that's where I found that disgusting video making fun of my father just because he's going to the Jubilee. I mean, and if you look on the Royal Sussex page on YouTube, you're going to see exactly whose it is. It's definitely Meghan Markle. And if it's not her personally, she's definitely paying somebody to do it.
Well, okay, so it is the so-called Sussex squad. These vile individuals known as the Sussex squad. Let's see, Marikata, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching the so-called Sussex squad. Thank you so much for watching. But let's get back to that going through it. Why would you go through
Sussex squad?
So I come to my dad's house and start going through it, and I look on YouTube, and my God, I see the Sussex squad and the Royal Sussex page on YouTube and the things they post. And that's where I found that disgusting video making fun of my father just because he's going to the Jubilee. I mean, and if you look on the Royal Sussex page on YouTube, you're going to see exactly whose it is. It's definitely Meghan Markle.
I love that he said Royal Sussex twice, but I'm going to tell you something. If I ever have a ticket to go to the UK and have like a near-death experience, and I find out, I promise you, if I find out in any way that what he mentioned had happened to my house, you know what I'm gonna do. I mean, how do you have like a near-death experience, right? And let's say you may or may not have had a near-death experience. You may or may not be in the hospital. I have to, be very careful how I say this. You may or may not have had a stroke or a heart attack. I'm just saying, you may or may not. You just have to take their word for it. But if that may or may not happen, then what happens when you, hear somebody say that, oh man, what does one think when you get out and you find out that somebody went over to your house and went through it? What prepares you for that? I don't know. I just the notion that I'm, fighting for my life and somebody is going through my house for whatever reason. I'm not saying there's anything nefarious happening, but it just sounds strange. You know what I mean? You know what I would do, right?
Police! 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 Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
That's what I would do if I found out that Oh, Barbara Miller, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm going to look at your comments since we do have a little time before the Duchess of Success comes on. That should be really good. As a matter of fact, let me see. She still has about 30 minutes. Let me find the link for that. And I will post that so you guys can wait for it. Where is it here? That's me. Oh, I hope this is the right link. Let me see. I just pegged it. Yes, that's it. So if you click on that link, that will take you. You got about 30 minutes. Now, she said she was going to try to, stream from Buckingham Palace. Hopefully she does. But I'm pretty sure it's got to be a madhouse over there. So maybe she can, maybe she won't. But that was her intention. So look for that. Again, make sure you check her page because time zones are different and recollections may vary, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the best way to do that. Okay, so looking at your comments, Thomas Markle Jr. will be the first one there when Thomas Markle is transitioning, start seeing yes, check your Facebook and what's the other one? Craigslist, eBay. You might be able to find some Emmys on eBay. You might be able to find some Emmys on eBay. I've always wanted an Emmy. I just think that they're very attractive. And
if it's not her personally, she's definitely paying somebody to do it.
Oh, you know what? I was just trying to find something nice to save on the screen. I didn't really want to play that again. Oh, yes, that's interesting. I wonder where. That's interesting. Oh, okay. Thank you. I hope the Honorable Trenchtown man comes to, yes. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? Yes, wouldn't that be cool? While William is just like, sitting there plotting and scheming for his time. And then all of a sudden, that guy pops out of nowhere, still holding the itemized bill in his hand. Wouldn't that be a hoot?
That's Prince. Trenchtown wants $245 billion. That's what Trenchtown wants. $345 billion. Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what Trenchtown wants. Yes. What do you mean?
All right, my microphone was off. All right, I just received a PayPal. Thank you so much for that, DR. I don't want to say the name, but thank you, DR. I really appreciate it. Could mean doctor. Let's see. All right, you guys. I'm still looking at your last comment since we have a little time. Don't forget, you guys, there is a link for the Duchess of Success. Also, let me see if Petal is coming on today. I bet you Petal is going to be on later today. As you guys know, Petal works a lot. And so...
do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a fan?
Let me see here. Petal. And Claire Kane, you had a video today, right? I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I will. Let me see. What was I about to do? Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. I don't see her scheduled, but it doesn't mean that she won't be on later. So look for that. I still only see the one from yesterday. Okay, you guys. Are we good? Are we ready to avenge? It seemed like, did you notice that? Legs? They had one of those gimbals. They had you know how when they say that Harry and Meghan always have a bunch of cameras from Netflix? It seemed like they had cinematic cameras at Buckingham Palace. I did notice that. They seem to have not just a camera crew, but almost cinematic quality cameras. I did notice that. Legs, you have a good eye. No wonder you're so messy. You got a very, very good eye, because I noticed that too. Yeah, I did notice that. Barbara Miller, I don't know if I said thank you for the super sticker, but thank you so much and for watching Royal Sussex. I'm just scrolling back trying to make sure that I didn't miss any comments. Let me see. Did Prince Charles, there we go. Did Prince Charles officially name Will and Kate the Prince and Princess of Wales? King Charles has to give them those titles. It's not automatic. What's that? OMW, OMIA? Yes, that is very true. It is not assumed. It has to be given, granted by the sovereign. So he did mention it in his speech. So definitely the intention is there. Let's assume that he probably signed whatever patents necessary to make that happen. So I'm sure it has happened, since he said out of his own mouth, the Prince and Princess of Wales. Let me see. There's no jinx on that title, right? Let me see. He was calling with his whole self out. Police! Talk about a drama mama, right? That was a drama mama. Let me see. Okay, look at. Okay. All right, word of the day. Everyone raise a chicken leg in memory of QE2. with a full 11 herbs and spices like Thomas Markle Sr. Oh man. Yeah, Thomas Markle and his famous KFC. Oh man. And I kind of have this image in my mind of him actually meeting the queen. That would have been a big hoot, but I guess it wasn't meant to be because every time they mention airport, he has some type of episode. So yeah, I guess it wasn't meant to be. Let me see here. Okay, 20 minutes until Duchess of Success. And I see there's a lot of you guys over there waiting already in her chats. But, oh, and my Duke and I was on earlier today too, so don't forget that. But, wow, I tell you, it has been a very frantic couple of days. And you guys, I meant, you know what? And I may work on it tonight. I made that video. If you guys, and you know what? It didn't turn out to be a food truck video. So thank you guys for supporting that particular video. It didn't turn out to be a food truck. And I really appreciate that. As a matter of fact, 11,000 views is not a food truck video. Food truck is like 4,000. That one was 11,000. So definitely not a food truck video moment. Thank you all for watching it. But yeah, so what was I going to say about that? Oh, yes, I know what it was. So I wanted to do one with all of the, amateur videos from Dusseldorf, the same way I did the amateur videos from Manchester. And what I love about that is because it's so raw and so like the quality is all shaky and everything, but it's what people would have seen if they were blessed enough to be in the audience at that time. And in the case of the Dusseldorf, yes, TCC Sun, I saw that. I'm looking at the time. It did change. It was supposed to be about 40 minutes ago. And I'm going to check again right now just to see what it is. That's why I say, you guys, don't listen to me and don't tell people the time because it may be different from your time zone. And then people end up missing the lives. So that's why I'm such a stickler about that. So right now it's, you know what, TCC Sun, you're right. She changed it for 48 minutes from now. Thank you so much. I stand corrected. You are so right. I am going to build a shrine to you later, TCC Sun. You are so right. Thank you so much for that. So yes, she did change it again. So there's like almost another hour before she's going to stream from Buckingham Palace. So that gives you time to make some dinner or something like that before she goes on, or whatever you have to do. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to make the video for Dusseldorf. It takes a lot of time to get everything just right. As a matter of fact, since we do have the time, if you guys want to go ahead and take off, go ahead and do that. But I am going to drag that video over here for those who may not have seen it. But I'm not bragging, you guys, but I did work a lot on it. Sometimes just to do those little things because I had to just to tweak it just so that it would make sense and tell the story. So I am very proud of it just the same, but I will share that with you right now. And it gives you a chance to see the things just as if you were in the crowd or whatever. So that's what I love about those. If I can find it. And then we will avenge our way out of here. Okay. Oh, is that it? No, that's not it. That is not it. Let me see. Nope, that's not it either. That's not it. That's not it. Okay. One Young World. Oh, that's it right there. Got it, you guys. But yeah, if you guys decide to stick around, I think you will like this if you haven't seen it already. But this is from One Young World. And no, I'm not doing this so I could get up and go get a cookie.
Please welcome Meghan and Harry, the Duke and Duchess of
is now. The important work can't wait for tomorrow. And this week the world is watching as you cement your place in history by showcasing the good that you are doing today. In the present moment, as we embrace the moment of now to create a better tomorrow. And with that, it is my absolute honor and pleasure to declare this year's One Young World Summit officially open.
Good night, Connie Balmer. I didn't realize I was keeping you up. Well, I know it's late for you. So anyway, you guys, that was the video. So I'm gonna do another one of those for Dusseldorf. It just probably take me about a couple of days to do it, but it gives you like that bird's eye view as though you were actually there, I think, even though the video quality is a little shaky and grainy here and there. I think that's part of the charm. So let me put something on the screen. There we go. And, oh, I said something on the screen. There we go. Yeah, so I'll do one of those for Dusseldorf because I saved all the videos I could find. I just need to put them together. Again, thank you everybody for hanging out. Claire Kane's video, I just put that link there. You know, I neglected to put the name to the link, which I usually don't do that. But so that last link that I provided, that is for Claire Kane. So conceivably, you can watch that, and then you have time to jump over to Duchess of Success. So again, you can watch Claire Kane's video and then jump over to Duchess of Success. Let me see. Let me make sure that went to the right place. Yes, it did. That is the last one she made for today. Again, you guys, that's your homework. Jump over to Claire, and then Duchess of Success is coming up. Make sure you stay hydrated, right? When they go low, don't forget, we go lower. Oh, when they go low, we go lower. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. Let me see here. What is that? Shipwreck? Baron, did you see Chris Shipwreck trying to get a glimpse of the Sussexes in their motor? No, I did not. Yeah, you're talking about Chris Ship with a P, not a T. That Chris Ship, right? Chris Ship with a P, not a T. Oh, is that how? Oh, yes, that's right. When they go low, we go high. Thank you. Thank you. I forgot. When they go low, we go high. Yeah, that's how that goes. You're right. You're right. I got it backwards. When they go low, we go high. All right. Okay, so before I get myself in trouble, let me get out of here because unfortunately, I have lost one of my best sources of humor yesterday, and you know, don't think I'm not devastated. Oh yeah, the loss was one thing, but as a source of continued humor, I am going to miss her. So I lost her yesterday, and anyway, the good thing is I still got the rest of the family to work on, work with, talk about, you know what I mean, to critique. I still have the rest of them. Oh man. Yeah, it's I may have lost one primary source of humor, but I still got so many. And we'll see how it goes. That's right. Let's see. What did you say there, Lydia? We still have our kids. We must retire. Yeah. Well, yes, I got the 2 boys and the 2 girls. I got Charles and what's the other one's name? Andrew and Edwina. So I got 2 boys and 2 girls. A nice even slate. That's how I like it. It's balanced. Well, a non-binary. So I got 2 boys, 1 very rough broad, and a non-binary. So yes, you're right. Oh man. Yes. So anyway, I'm out of here because I feel something coming out of me, and before I could get my words formed, it's probably best that I go. So thank you all for being here. And as per usual, much love to our faves, which include our Queen of Hearts, Princess Diana, and our Queen of Everything, Queen Doria. There we are. Diana, okay, and Doria. Thank you so much for the Sussexes, a constant source of inspiration. Oh, you're welcome, B10. Hey, Joan Garcia. Let me see here. And Charlotte. Hello, Charlotte. I'm not queued up for you right now, but you know, in my heart, we are definitely queued up. But yeah, so am I cute or am I not? I need that today. I think I need that. No, I don't have it. Charlotte, I am not prepared. That is not good. I'm unprepared. I'm simply unprepared. Oh, well, I'll get you next time. But yeah, thank you guys. I needed to laugh because yesterday, I tell you, I was all stressed out with the way they were treating Harry. And as you guys know, I had a moment yesterday because of that, because I was so worried. But I'm feeling better now. I'm getting my joy back. And I hope you guys didn't lose your joy to begin with. But let me put something on the screen. Something. Okay, remember, there are no leaks in Montecito. There are absolutely no leaks in Montecito. And, well, I'll go back to that one. So, last word of the day, you guys. It is that time for the last word of the day. Yes, and then we will cue Gingervenge. Oh, there we are. No bad energy. Thank you so much, Maritz V. And apropos of that, that is our last word of the day. And it is time to Ginge Avenge. Diane Hawkins. Hi, Diane Hawkins. I don't think I said hi to you today. Okay. Once upon a time. No, that's not the one. It's Gingervenge.